to the hotel room. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I got the horses in the back.
Welcome to BarrelUp Podcast with your host, JeanCarlos. I got my boy Darrel once again, the baseball guru, and I got my broken hand. Don't ask me how. It was playing baseball. We're here. I want to shout out my boy AP once again, Major League Auto, for always supporting me, always being there. If you guys need a vehicle, whatever model, whatever year, just hit me up. I got the connect. So, let's start with something very interesting, very controversial. The Yankees and the Red Sox. I don't remember the last time that both these teams started so bad.
They suck.
They suck. They suck, man. Yankees and Red Sox right now, what's going on? Let's start with the Red Sox, man. The Red Sox record right now, 6 wins, 13 losses. They're in last place. I don't know how he's wearing the Red Sox hat right now. I'm a Red Sox fan, and I've never seen them start so horrendously. Oh my God. Wow. Last place in the AL East in 2019 season. Would you ever imagine that?
Not even, especially coming off of a World Series win. It's a little surprising.
A lot of people were telling me, oh, the Red Sox are going to repeat. They're going to win the World Series once again in the 2019 season. It looks nothing like that right now. They really need to get it together. Let's talk about their negative endeavors that they have been going through. So, like I said, they have a 6-13 record. Chris Sale is 0-4. Let's break that down a little bit. So, for those of you that don't know, Chris Sale started spring training late.
I wouldn't even say start spring training. He didn't pitch.
He pitched 9 innings in spring training. That means he was there for 2 games, and then he was brought on to start the 2019 season against the Mariners. The guy has been known to be one of the toughest lefties in the game for the past 5 years. This year, he looks mediocre, average. When he started the season against the Mariners, his fastball, the highest velocity that he was throwing, it was 90 miles per hour. We saw something very unlike Chris Sale. He did say in the first couple games that he needed to get his velocity back. What do you think, man?
You could tell they did a comparison. I seen that they put 2018 versus now 2019. He's very thin.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of weight. It looks like his velocity is down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he didn't go through his normal, off-season routine. That impacts a lot of a player. If you don't go through your regular routine, you feel different. You play different.
And then to be brought on to start the first game
after not pitching in spring training, basically.
So that was like spring training for him right there. But they need to get it together. He needs to get it together. His last press conference after his final loss, he was saying, this is BS, this is unacceptable. Yeah, you can say all that. But remember, you're playing for the Red Sox, which you have to produce. That means you have to produce. And then he gets a contract. 5 years, $100-something million, and you don't produce. I don't know what's going to happen there. Mookie Betts, on the other hand, the AL MVP from last year, also slumping. I understand. Sometimes it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But he has also came out and said publicly that this is horrendous. There's no excuse for his performance. If he's saying that, Chris Sale is saying that, what do you think is going on in the Red Sox clubhouse? These are 2 key pieces of that team. What do you think is going on in that clubhouse?
I think these are guys that, they know they're playing bad. Not playing bad necessarily. They're slumping. They feel like something's off. They all know it. I mean, I'm not sure if they addressed it between each other or, the coach addressed it. But they need to. They need to get it together. But Yeah, you can't have those guys like that. Those top of the line players slump. I mean, those are the guys who drive your team basically.
Listen, man. The reason why I picked these two players and to talk about them a little bit more is because they are the head. Like in Boston, they are the top players, excluding JD Martinez. We all know what he's capable of. But if these two players are basically telling you, oh, we're doing a bad job, all this, all that, that spreads around. You know, other players feel like we need to get it together because it's all negative energy in that clubhouse, negative energy. We also saw that Pedroia finally got back into the lineup for the Red Sox.
Everything. A year and a half.
Yeah, everything was looking good, but now he's back on the IL again. So there's definitely something negative in that clubhouse that the Red Sox have to do something about because, yeah, it's April, it's early in the season, but these games matter. Like when you're in September, if you don't capitalize now, you're gonna feel it then.
Where you're down 6 games from first place, 5 games from first place, you're fighting for that playoff spot. These games in April matter.
They matter.
They matter.
A lot of people are saying, "Oh no, don't worry about it because they're gonna get it together." I have no doubt in my mind that they will get it together, but it's not looking like it at all whatsoever.
Hopefully, very soon though for me.
Think about it, man. We got Porcello with a 11.12 ERA, 0-3. Rodriguez, the lefty, 7.98 ERA, 1-2, 1 win, 2 losses. The best pitcher right now in their rotation is David Price. The guy has 1-1. Like, are you serious? And they want to compete in that division where you have the Yankees, the Red Sox. Obviously, you have Tampa Bay Rays. You have the Orioles. I don't really care much about the Orioles. Blue Jays. They got to get it together. Their best hitter right now is JD Martinez, hitting 352 as an average. You got Bogarts hitting 297. Those are pluses. But this is nothing. You can't compare the 2019 team to the 2018 team.
That's over with.
It's over with. On the positive side, you have I think the Red Sox called up Michael Chavis, their prospect, their third base prospect.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about him, man.
Michael Chavis, I mean, he was supposed to be what Rafael Devers is today, which is a starting third baseman. But he went down with I think Tommy John he got. That opened up the door for Rafael Devers to be called up.
Mm-hmm.
But he's electric, man. I mean, he killed it. He was our best hitter in spring training this year.
I saw a couple games. I saw him hit a lot of home runs.
But with a stacked roster, you know, it's hard to make that team. But I mean, now since everybody's slumping, you know, you gotta reinvigorate the line and refresh things. So him and Zue Lin also got called up.
Zue Lin,
that's 2 fresh faces in the lineup. I think it's gonna be very exciting for us.
Is Lin a utility player?
He's a utility player, so he mostly plays second base, but he can play short, third, first, outfield.
So what's gonna happen with Chavez and third baseman?
Zue Lin, with Zue
No, the other one, the starter, Devers. They're gonna.
I guess they're gonna platoon him. I think he might get some action at DH too.
Mm-hmm.
But Zue Lin right now he's a starter because you know Pedroia's in
IL.
But yeah, Michael Chavez is going to platoon in there, but I want him to get a little bit more at bats than the other guys. You know, kind of give the other guys a break. You know, kind of find their niche, like people say.
Yeah.
Kind of find it again, and then while he's killing it up here,
mm-hmm.
they'll progress.
This is a perfect sign of everything going wrong for the Red Sox when you have the organization calling up players, not saying that Chavez is bad or Zue Lin is bad, but when you have the organization calling up players so early, that's a red flag right there. So I hope that the Red Sox get it together. They have a great team. As you can see, they won last year. So they have the pieces. It's just about finding that chemistry, finding themselves. Maybe they were a little laid back because they won the World Series. Oh, yeah, we got this. No, you don't have this at all. You don't have this at all. Better get it together. Or, like my other topic coming up right now, the Yankees. The Yankees will sweep up the Red Sox easily.
And I don't want that.
And we don't want that at all. Let's talk about the Yankees, man. Let's talk about the Yankees. The Yankees, on the other hand, is another team that's slumping. Their record right now is 8-10. But that's not that bad. They're in second place. Considering the notable injuries that they have, you ready? They have Severino, injured. They have Andujar, injured. Gary Sanchez, injured. Aaron Hicks, injured. Stanton, injured. Greg Bird, injured. Betances, injured. Didi, injured. And Tulo, injured. How many players is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jesus Christ.
It's the whole team.
That's basically the whole team. They called up Urshela.
Loasia, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Loasia.
Okay, yeah.
He's a pitcher. A bunch of guys I've literally never heard of. But they seem to be producing because right now they're still winning games. They're just not beating the good teams.
Exactly.
They're beating up on the bad teams.
But with
the good teams.
With the list that I just gave you right now, that all their players that are injured, they're really doing a good job. They're maintaining themselves in second place in the AL East.
So they're holding it down, basically.
They're holding it down. Yeah. Last year, I was talking to my boys, and my boys would tell me, this is Wally and Adonis. I know you're going to watch the show. Remember this. You guys were saying, oh no, that Andujar is the face of is the future for the Yankees. By the way, I love Andujar, great third baseman. The kid has a lot of potential. But I always told them, I was like, listen, the future of the Yankees is Gleyber Torres. And he has not proved me wrong to this day. Gleyber Torres with Judge, that duo right there has held down the Yankees offensively. And if they keep on doing it, I think that Gleyber Torres deserves a contract extension. Like they're giving all these young players a contract extension because you have to take into consideration that all their players are gone. What do you think about Gleyber Torres, man?
I mean, first of all, he was a steal when they got him from the Cubs.
Yes.
He was literally their top prospect, ready to be called up, and I don't understand why. I kind of see why, but you can't trade away your top prospect for a guy who's going to come on your team, play a month, and then leave, go back to the same team.
Right.
But he's a beast, man. He could play short, second, third. He came up as a shortstop in the minor leagues, but when he played in the majors, predominantly a second baseman. That's what the Yankees needed. But he's been producing, hitting. I mean, he got it all.
He got it all. And we're seeing him mostly at shortstop right now, which I love seeing him at shortstop. If I were the Yankees, I would move LeMahieu back to second because that's his natural position. Leave Gleyber at short until Didi gets back, and then put even Tulo at third.
Tulo could play third. I mean,
you know?
He still got the range. You've seen him that short.
I've seen him at short.
He still has the range in the arm. So, I mean, he could play third base. Kind of limit to his injuries. You know, you don't want him moving around much.
Exactly.
So
that's a good analysis right there. On the positive side for the Yankees, the veteran CC Sabathia looks very strong. Even though he is in his last year, we all know he's going to retire this year. After this year, he has a lot of heart issues and other problems. The guy gave the Yankees in his first start 5 innings, 1-run baseball. He's their ace right now.
Basically.
And AJ Happ, and who else? The Paxton.
James Paxton.
So those three pitchers right now have to hold down the fort until Severino gets back. Hopefully he does get back. He doesn't need Tommy John, as they're saying. We will see. Another positive for the Yankees is Clint Frazier.
Yeah.
Clint Frazier has stepped up, taken the opportunity by the horn, and he has been producing offensively. I think this is one of the players that the Yankees should keep because, well, for 2 reasons. He's young, and number 2, I can see him as a corner outfielder for the Yankees in the future. You have to think about Gardner. Gardner is probably in his last season with the Yankees, maybe his last season in the MLB. So you have to find somebody to replace him. And at that cost, he's still under, what's it called? Control. It's a no-brainer. I think that they should stay with Clint Frazier and hold on to him because the kid can hit.
He's hot right now.
You seen him play the outfield?
Yeah, beast. I mean, that was also another steal that they got from Cleveland.
Yeah.
That was their top prospect.
I don't know how Cleveland let him go like that.
Yeah.
I really don't know how.
But he's making it hard right now. He's gonna make it when it comes time when all these guys come back. It's gonna be hard to sit him down if he keeps at this pace.
Especially as the manager putting that lineup together. But it's early. We know it's early. It's only April 19th right now. Not even 20 games played in the season. Okay. But a lot of teams are taking advantage of these slumping teams like the Red Sox and Yankees. A lot of teams are taking advantage now because they know it's going to count towards the end. In the bullpen for the Yankees right now, the only man that I see producing effectively is Ottavino.
Yeah.
Ottavino came from the Colorado Rockies. He's been there. He's been their go-to guy. They're not going to win like that, though. They're not going to win at all.
Just one guy at the back end now.
Who do you think is going to back him now?
Honestly, guys like Chapman has to step up.
Chapman,
you're too good to be doing what you're doing now.
Chapman throws 100 miles per hour, man.
But I mean, that's the average now in the MLB. Guys hit that now. So you're gonna have to find something else to.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how hard you throw in the major leagues. Guys will adjust to your fastball, and it's proven. Last year, remember, Devers hitting that home run off Chapman, 103 miles per hour. He hit that line drive to left field. They will adjust. Moving along. This is a very exciting topic right here. And this is from my boy Kenneth. Kenny, watch this, man. You told me to talk about the Rays. I'm going to talk about the Rays. Watch this, bro. So they're in first place right now in a division that consists of the top two teams in that division, Red Sox and Yankees. They're taking it. They're first place. They have an outstanding pitcher with Snell. Their lineup is hitting 1 through 9, and I'm going to give you the lineup right now. Yandy Diaz, the Cuban third baseman. They got Pham, the outfielder. Meadows as well, raking. Garcia came in clutch for these Tampa Bay Rays. Tell me about these 1 through 4 right here, bro.
Yandy Diaz came from Cleveland.
Yep.
He was one of their kind of elite prospects coming up. There was just no space for him, though. That was unfortunate. But he's found a new home in Tampa Bay, where right now he's holding it down at first base.
Yeah.
A position that kind of, not that they always lacked, but it's always been different guys at that position.
Meadows.
Yeah, another guy who came on too, Avisel Garcia. Came from the White Sox. He was part of that young core with Jose Abreu, Yoel Moncada that kind of carries that team. He's raking. And then Austin Meadows coming from the Pirates, their top outfield prospect. That was a good deal that they got. They got Chris Archer. They traded away the Pirates. Got Austin Meadows. Right now he's batting like a 350, 360. He's holding it down to DH because they got the outfielders Tommy Pham, Kevin Kiermaier. But none. Garcia, yeah. Him.
Garcia reminds me a lot of Miguel Cabrera when he hits. We have to remember that he was mentored by Miguel Cabrera in Detroit. So this guy, his power is showing now. If all stays how it is, if everything stays how it is, and they keep on winning games, I have no doubt in my mind that they'll be a top contender in the playoffs. Because their bullpen as well is outstanding. It's a very young team, but they're very hungry. They want to win. They don't want to be looked at as the last place Tampa Bay Rays or anything like that.
And they almost got it done last year. It came down to the last couple of days of baseball where they were fighting for that second wild card spot with Oakland.
They've been fighting for years. We can't compare this team to the team that they had in 08 with Longoria and all that.
David Price.
But my boy, Willie Adames, at short, he has been raking, bro. Right now, I saw a couple games they have him hitting 9, but that's perfectly fine because he's getting a lot of fastballs. I think that this is a great move. Another young shortstop that's coming up. He also is in the talks for a contract extension. So if he gets money, they're gonna have a good shortstop for the long term. It's very exciting to see the first place. I don't accustomed to saying this. The first place Tampa Bay Rays, and fucking you got Snell, their top pitcher. Strong start, 2-1 record. Right now, he just went on the DL. Well, on the IL, I should say, injured list. But
you got guys like Tyler Glass now, who's pitching insane.
out of his mind, man. I mean, we'll see. We'll see down the line. Everybody's still saying, "Oh no, it's early, it's early, it's early." They don't care about that early nonsense. They're taking away the first place. I hope it stays like that because I would like to see other teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, doing their thing. Not just the Red Sox or Yankees or Dodgers. You know, the teams that we're accustomed to seeing.
There's young, exciting teams like Tampa Bay, Milwaukee. Those teams, I want to see them in the playoffs as well.
Like, for example, the San Diego Padres. That's a team that I would love to see in the playoffs competing for a title. A lot of people were saying, oh, they signed Manny Machado to a $300 million contract for 10 years, $30 million per year. And then they brought up their number one prospect, Fernando Tatis Jr. They were saying, oh, no, that team is too young, that they don't have much experience. Well, forget everything that they were saying because right now they are in second place. Their record is 11 wins, 9 losses. And when you think about that left side of the infield, Machado at third and Tatis at short, there's not a ball passing through there. Have you seen them play?
I've seen them actually because they got the late games.
Yeah.
So that's when, you're nice and bad, you tucked in watching baseball. But they're killing. I mean, they're offensively, they got the two power hitters. You got Tatis and Will Myers right now. They're clicking.
The best hitters right now. Best hitters on that team.
But they're getting it done all around. Stealing bases, playing great defense. That left side, like you said, it's locked down.
Listen, bro. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if these teams like the Padres, they can withstand the second half of the season when everything tightens up, when pitchers adjust to hitters. They throw more curveballs, more off-speed stuff. If they can do that, if they can hold down the fort, we will see them in the playoffs. We will see them contending, going far maybe. You never know because we already know a guy that's been there, Machado.
Yeah.
Machado's mentoring everybody on that team. He knows the feeling. He knows what it is to be in a World Series or even contending for a World Series. These guys don't know just yet. I'm very excited to see the San Diego Padres contribute to a playoff or even a World Series. We will see. We will see. In other news, and I'm wearing the shirt and the hat, the New York Mets. The New York Mets. Right now, we are in second place, I believe, or third. Second or third, because the Phillies literally just took 2 out of 3 games from us. We started off strong, like we always do. The Mets always start off strong, and then they start tanking a little bit. I'm not so sure that they're tanking just yet. There is a lot of negative things going on. Like you have Robinson Cano. I initially thought that Robinson Cano was going to start off strong, which he did. But then you have him slumping, and he's cost the Mets a lot of runs.
Yeah.
Will we see Robinson Cano picking up the pieces and contributing the way we know that Robinson Cano can contribute?
I believe so because Robinson Cano, he's been there. He's been in the postseason. He's been playing in August, the dog days when it's tough. I think just now he's readjusting. He came from the AL to the NL. The pitching is a lot different, and I think he'll get it done.
He'll get it done. I hope so because his last 20 at bats, he's like 1 for 20. A player like him, he needs to produce. He needs to be there, and he needs to show up for his team because you can't leave it up to the rookie Peter Alonso to do everything. You can't leave it up to Wilson Ramos to always contribute. He has to step it up. I understand he's adjusting, but he has been in the league for more than 10 years now. It's time to put your big boy pants on and do what you got to do for that team because we still have Giovanni Cespedes. We don't know when he's coming back. You got Frazier on the DL. I don't know where they're going to have a spot for him in the lineup. and then you have Jed Lowry. You know, we can't wait on those guys. We need guys to produce right now. Then there's a little bit of a bullpen concern when it comes to the 7th and 8th inning with Gesellman and Familia. Familia, ever since he left the Mets, he hasn't been the same. He was lights out with the Oakland Athletics. Okay, good. But when he came back to the Mets, he has been mediocre. A lot of guys are hitting his fastball very well. He's not as productive as he was before. It's cause to concern because you need those guys.
Yeah.
You need a seventh inning guy, an 8th inning guy that can shut the game down. And you can't bring in Edwin Diaz for a long save in the 8th inning. Have you seen what's going on lately?
Yeah.
They're opting not to bring Edwin Diaz, not to burn him out, I guess. What do you think about that?
I mean, they're restricting him a little bit with the innings and the pitches. It's April. You gotta let him pitch. He has to get relatively warm.
Thank you.
They're just holding it back way too early. It's not like he has like a previous injury where they're concerned. I think they're just trying to prevent that. But I think if you hold back, you won't get where you want to go.
Listen, that guy, I saw 2 games back to back. I think it was against the Braves. He came in the 9th inning, and it was 1, 2, 3. Fastball. Nobody can hit him. All right. If Familia does not play like we've seen him play before, you can't. It's a no-brainer to put in Edwin Diaz for now. There was a lot of rumors that the Mets were going to go after Kimbrel. At first, I was like, for what? But now I see why. Another thing. We can't also... we can't rely on the number on the number 5 pitcher, Vargas.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, you got Dallas Keuchel still waiting for a contract. What are you waiting for? The Mets what are they waiting for? They have money now. What are you waiting for? Get Vargas out of there. We're not gonna win with that guy. He's pitching tonight. Oh my God! And I just read that DeGrom is headed for an MRI. So. Look, I'm scratching my head right now, man. We need to get Dallas Keuchel. We need that man because we can't rely on Vargas. And now that DeGrom has an MRI, what's gonna happen then? What do you think, bro?
It's looking scary right now for the Mets. They're starting to get to that point of the season where they always collapse. Hopefully they don't, because the Mets are a young, exciting team. I like to see them win, but it's not looking real good right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We will see.
Hey, about this too, I think it's time we got to call up Tim Tebow.
I want to shout out my boy AP once again, Major League Auto, for always supporting me. So you say Tim Tebow. I mean, I would love to see him one day in the majors, but... and you're smiling because you're a big Tim Tebow fan, but I don't think that the Mets have any room for that guy right now. We will see. I just want the Mets to not lose focus. Cano, come on, man. Do what you know how to do best. Play some baseball. Stop pulling off. You're opening up with your right shoulder. Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Hold shit down. And bring us another title. I want to go to a Mets parade, dog. On the other hand, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson is a player that not a lot of people know about that much.
They do now.
Why?
Pimping home runs.
And how many home runs does he have?
He's got
like
quite
6.
a few, like 6, yeah.
So he leads the league in home runs right now. It's either him or Chris Davis. This is what happened. They were playing against the Kansas City Royals, yep. And Tim Anderson, I guess his ego and his pride has caught on to him a little bit. This guy hit another home run, and he pimped the hell out of it. He pimped it so much that The benches cleared. Both dugouts cleared, and they got into an altercation. But the managers, Renteria and the other one, for the White Sox, Ventura. Is it Ventura?
It's
Ozzy.
It's Renteria and then Ned Yost for the
Ned Yost, yeah. They got into it bad. What does this go to show? As a major leaguer, if you hit a home run, just run. Do your thing. You don't have to extremely pimp a home run because pitchers see that. And I kid you not. You hit a home run in this at-bat, cool. And if you pimp it, watch out next at-bat because they're coming for your head.
It's been like that since the beginning of time, I like to say.
Right. Like, they're major league players. You know what it is to hit a home run. It's not like if you're new to hitting a home run. Just put your head down, just like Mike Trout does. Boom, puts his head down. That shows a sign of professionalism. He's humble. You know, I don't want to see anybody else getting suspended for this. Nonetheless, being injured by a hit by pitch. Imagine, Darrel, you hit a home run, and then the next at bat they drill you in the elbow.
Then I'm out for like 15 days.
You're gonna cost your team a lot. You're gonna cost yourself a lot because you guys are gonna get into an argument, this and that, blah blah. You're gonna have to pay a fine. Is it really worth it to pimp home runs?
I mean, I'm not totally against pimping home runs, but you got to pick your time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they are iconic, bat flips. Jose Bautista, the biggest one ever.
Yeah.
You just got to pick your time. I mean, it's April. You just hit a home run. It's the beginning of the season, man. I mean, I don't know why you're pimping home runs.
Exactly.
It's not like he hit a walk-off. It's just a home run. But I think there's a time and place for everything, and that certainly wasn't a time and place for it.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. But he's going to have to sit out some games now and cost his team that time because now you're not going to be as hot on the bench,
And that affects you too when you stop rhythm, when you stop, going through those same motions that hinders you as a player,
Exactly.
You stopped your routine of playing every
Exactly.
day, seeing this type of pitching every day.
Exactly.
So that might affect him. That one game, I mean, it's one game, but one game does make a difference.
And once you're on a roll like that, one game makes a difference. One at bat makes a difference, you know? To close off the show, I want to talk about one player, and I still can't fathom. It doesn't, I don't understand why he's not in the majors. And hopefully Darrel can tell me a little bit more. Why the hell is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. still in the minor leagues?
I honestly don't know. It's not like they're in first place winning games and the lineup is on fire. There's no room for him. It's a team that has been on the decline for years now. They do have a need basically almost everywhere except for like short and second. I also read reports that they're planning to call up Kevin Biggio first.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Kevin Biggio, he's good.
He's good. He's older than Vladimir. He's older than the younger guys. I mean, I think they should just call all of them up. That team is not really heading in the right direction. I think you have to refresh that line and refresh that organization. Bring those guys up. Let them have fun.
Look what the Padres just did. They brought up their number one prospect.
And
it's worked out for them. Not saying that I know it all or he knows it all, but give it a shot, for God's sakes.
What do you have to lose?
What do you have to lose?
You have more to lose having him down there getting hurt than having him produce for the actual team that actually, matters.
Exactly. This kid just was reinstated back to AAA. His first game, he hits a freaking home run that is still in the air. Like,
he's playing Little League.
Is he ready or is he not ready? Of course he's ready. Give him a shot. Give him a shot. I don't know what's going to happen. After that game, he had a press conference. The reporters were asking him, when will we see you in the major leagues? You know what he said? That's out of my control. I don't know. Of course. You think he doesn't want to be there? Of course he does. But he can't do nothing about it. And something that I've been seeing that players can do something about is this. And I didn't like this at all. the second baseman for the Braves, Ozzy Albies. He just signed. They just robbed him. They robbed him. He just signed. What was it?
It's like an 8-year, $63 million contract.
And then they robbed Ronald Acuna. 8 years, $100 million. Are you crazy? Are you guys stupid?
For guys who are going to be probably like the face of the organization, like 5 years.
Like,
that's a come up.
I'm talking to the agents now for those respective players. What are you thinking? You want your money now? Those players are worth easily $150, $200 million. You're gonna take advantage of a young kid like Ronald Acuna and offer him $100 million for 8 years? Of course he's gonna take it. He's never seen that kind of money.
But I'm upset though that they especially Ozzy Albies. I'm pretty sad that he accepted that contract. I would just
Jesus
say no.
Christ, man.
I mean, you know the type of player you are. If you know your potential, your worth, and obviously I feel like he does know his worth. I think he just got suckered into that deal.
Oh.
But as a player, you got to know your worth. You got to see what your potential is, and I think he's going to be, not now, but back then before he signed that contract, he was going to be top tier free agent.
Like, that's hurting the player, and that's hurting the market for other players. You got Acuna for 8 years, $100 million. He's making $12 million a year now. Great, great. Oh, great, millionaire, whatever. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
And
with that being said,
yeah, those contracts extend well into their 30s, so
yeah,
it's another bad.
With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Me and Darrel, we just went in. We just broke down the teams and the topics that the fans wanted to hear about. Keep on giving us some topics. We're here for you guys. Like and comment and share this video below. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. We hope you guys like it. See you later.